10 remote destinations that are totally worth the trip. Imagine this. You're standing on a pristine beach surrounded by nothing but nature. The only sounds are the gentle waves crashing and the wind rustling through untouched trees. You're miles away from the nearest city, the world's distractions fading into the background. Remote destinations, places that seem so far off the beaten path, you wonder if they're even real, are becoming more and more accessible, but with the promise of a peaceful escape comes the challenge of getting there. In this video, we're diving into 10 remote destinations that are totally worth the trip. These places might require a bit more effort to reach, but trust me, the reward is beyond worth it. So buckle up, because these hidden gems are waiting for you. Svalbard, Norway. Picture this. You're in the Arctic Circle, surrounded by towering glaciers, massive ice sheets, and polar bears roaming the landscape. Svalbard, a small archipelago halfway between mainland Norway and the North Pole, is one of the most remote places on Earth, and also one of the most unique. Svalbard is known for its surreal natural beauty with dramatic fjords, glaciers, and wildlife, including reindeer and polar bears. But here's the catch. It's also one of the northernmost inhabited places on the planet, with towns like Longyearbyen where people live under the constant midnight sun in summer and polar nights during the winter months. The remoteness is part of the allure, but it's not without its challenges. Easter Island, Chile. Easter Island, or Rapa Nui, is as remote as it gets, sitting in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, over 2,000 miles from the nearest inhabited land. Yet, despite its isolation, this tiny island is home to one of the most mysterious and captivating places on Earth. The iconic Moai statues, these massive stone figures, some weighing several tons and towering over 30 feet tall, have fascinated historians, archaeologists, and travelers alike for centuries. The island itself is a living testament to human ingenuity, with a culture and history that remain enigmatic. The mystery of how the Moai statues were constructed and moved still baffles experts to this day. But here's the catch. Getting to Easter Island is no small feat. Flights are limited, with only a handful of routes connecting it to mainland Chile. Socotra Island, Yemen. If you've ever seen photos of trees that look like they belong in a science fiction movie, you've probably been looking at images of Socotra Island. Located in the Arabian Sea, Socotra is one of the most isolated and unique places on Earth, home to a staggering number of species that exist nowhere else on the planet. The island's landscape is otherworldly, with towering dragonblood trees and bizarre rock formations. The biodiversity here is so unique that Socotra is often referred to as the Galapagos of the Indian Ocean. However, this paradise comes with some significant challenges. Political instability in Yemen and a lack of infrastructure make it difficult to reach Socotra, and the island has only recently started to open up more to tourism. The Faroe Islands, Denmark. Imagine a place where towering cliffs meet the crashing Atlantic Ocean and quaint villages are tucked into the valleys between rugged peaks. The Faroe Islands, a remote archipelago between Iceland and Norway, offer some of the most breathtaking landscapes in the world. The islands are not exactly unknown, but their remoteness ensures they don't get overrun by tourists. Here you'll find fjords, waterfalls, and green hillsides that look like something out of a fantasy novel. The charming villages, with their grass-roofed houses, give you a taste of traditional Nordic life, but you'll have to deal with frequent rain and unpredictable weather, so pack appropriately. The Faroe Islands are also notorious for their remote location. While you can fly there from Copenhagen, the weather can sometimes interfere with flights, and ferries are subject to rough seas. 10. Nestled in the eastern Himalayas, Bhutan is often called the land of the thunder dragon for its awe-inspiring landscapes and the thunderous storms that roll through the mountains. What makes Bhutan truly remote, however, is its commitment to preserving its culture and environment. It's one of the only countries in the world that measures success by gross national happiness rather than GDP, and it remains deeply tied to its Buddhist traditions. Bhutan's rugged mountains, scenic monasteries, and pristine forests offer a peaceful retreat from the modern world, but there are some unique challenges to visiting Bhutan. First, the country has a policy of high-value, low-impact tourism, meaning there's a daily fee for tourists that includes accommodation, meals, and a guide. This ensures that the country doesn't become overrun with mass tourism. New Zealand's Stewart Island. New Zealand is famous for its dramatic landscapes, and Stewart Island is no exception. Located south of the South Island, Stewart Island is a haven for nature lovers and outdoor enthusiasts who are looking for a more remote experience. The island is home to stunning beaches, pristine forests, and abundant wildlife, including the iconic kiwi bird. While it's not completely off the map, you can reach it via a short flight or ferry from the mainland. Stewart Island remains incredibly underdeveloped compared to New Zealand's more popular destinations. There are no major cities, and the island's main town, Oban, has a laid-back, almost nostalgic vibe. However, this isolation comes with its own challenges. The Stewart Island's weather is unpredictable, and the isolation means that you need to be prepared for long hikes, limited services, and potential delays in transportation. The Cook Islands, South Pacific. The Cook Islands might not be completely unknown, but their remote location in the South Pacific ensures they stay off the radar for many travelers. Comprising 15 islands, the Cook Islands are a paradise for those seeking serenity and unspoiled beauty. You'll find crystal-clear lagoons, white sand beaches, and vibrant coral reefs teeming with marine life. With fewer crowds than other tropical destinations, the Cook Islands offer the kind of peace and quiet you can't always find in more commercialized spots. However, getting to the Cook Islands is no small feat. Flights are limited, and once you arrive, you'll find that services can be a little basic. Don't expect a bustling nightlife or five-star resorts. Norwegian Lofoten Islands. The Lofoten Islands in Norway are a spectacular destination where jagged peaks rise dramatically from the sea and picturesque fishing villages dot the landscape. Located well above the Arctic Circle, the Lofoten Islands are one of the most stunning and remote places you can visit in Europe. The islands are known for their breathtaking beauty, including towering mountains, tranquil fjords, and the northern lights in winter. The villages, with their colorful rorbu, traditional fishermen's cabins, offer an authentic experience of Nordic life. But like many remote destinations, getting to the Lofoten Islands can take some effort. You'll need to fly into Bodo or Tromsø and then take a ferry or drive for several hours to reach the islands. Additionally, while the scenery is jaw-dropping, the weather can be harsh with long winters and unpredictable conditions. But for those willing to brave the cold and isolation, the Lofoten Islands reward you with some of the most beautiful vistas on the planet. Mount Roraima, Venezuela/Brazil/Guyana. Last but certainly not least, Mount Roraima is a surreal, otherworldly destination in the heart of South America. This flat-topped mountain known as a tepui rises out of the jungle like something straight out of a fantasy novel. The landscape is home to bizarre rock formations, unique flora, and fauna found nowhere else on Earth, giving it an almost alien feel. While Mount Roraima has been the inspiration for stories like The Lost World by Arthur Conan Doyle, reaching it isn't easy. Trekking to the summit requires a multi-day journey through thick rainforest with unpredictable weather and rugged terrain. The trek is physically demanding, but for those who are up for the challenge, the views and sense of accomplishment are unparalleled. Which of these remote destinations would you love to visit first? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on our next epic travel adventure. Until next time, remember, the best trips are often the ones that take you far off the beaten path. Safe travels.